Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. Now today we are going to speak about an old RTS game, classic RTS game, Tzar, the Burden of the Crown. It's an old RTS game which came in the year 2000 and it's similar in a gameplay and in appearance to the Age of Empires 2. Now in this game you have different factions. You have three different factions, including Europeans, Asians, and Arabians. This strategy game is set in a world of Kyanur. That world is similar to the real-time medieval ages, and to be precise, dark ages, like ranging from the 6th, 7th century to the 10th century AD. And in this game, like in any other RTS game, you start with your main building. In this game, that is a castle and with several peasants. But for the campaign missions, you always start with some additional buildings and with some additional units. And those units are mostly military units. And now for some of the mechanics which you have in the game. And now we are going to start first with the economy. Now for the economy, you have several different resources. To be exact, you have four: food, wood, stone, and gold. And at the start of a new campaign or at the start of a new battle, your priority should be to build your economy up. And the first thing to do is to send your peasants collecting wood and building fields to collect food. Now every field in this game costs 200 wood, and for the good food income you are going to need between 8 to 12 fields, so that you should not worry about food. Also in this game there are other ways to get food, like building farm and having researched domestication, which allows you to domesticate cows and tend them and milk them for food. And each cow brings you around 50 food. After that, you can build fishing boats, which are also a good way to increase your income and send them to catch some fish. And for the wood, there is also one good thing to note, that you can research saw technology. Saw technology can be researched after you build lumber mill, and it allows you to faster collect wood. And after you have steady income of food and wood, you should send your peasants working on stone quarries and gold mines. And you should build storage, and in storage building you have technology which increase your gold and stone production. And now this game also have different kind of buildings, like common buildings, rare buildings, and guilds. For example, common buildings are like farms, houses, or something else. And for the example, rare building is a harbor. And for the guilds, in guilds you can choose between four different strategies. But one thing to note is that these buildings are really expensive. Yeah, like you are going to need 2000 gold and 2000 stone for each of these building. But when you choose what guild building you are going to start building, you can choose playing with one of the four available strategies in this game. And these strategies are the way of glory, the way of religion, the way of magic, and the way of trade and crafts. Now, for example, building a war academy from the guild buildings menu allows you to hire heroes from the tavern and allows you to hire mercenaries. And this is the strategy way of glory. Now, when we are speaking about tavern, you can also unlock other abilities, like for example gambling, where you can gamble for additional resources, but the proportion is 1 to 10. Or for example, you can get a loan from the tavern. And after you get a loan, you can't get a new one until you return the one you already have. Now in tavern you also can convert resources, and the proportion is also same 1 to 10. And for example, for gambling you can choose be it 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 5, or 1 to 10, but for converting resources, it is always 1 to 10. Now, if let's say you want to convert 1,000 wood pieces into gold, then you are only going to get 100 gold. You can also increase the amount of one resource you want to convert into the other, but the minimum is 1,000. And now for the technologies. All technologies in this game cost gold, and now each faction has some unique technologies. For example, if you play Asians, you can decrease the cost of your peasants to only 32 food, having researched two technologies. Same with Arabians, like researching feudalism and later researching slavery, your peasants will only cost you 32 food. Or for example, researching architecture, which is available to all factions, you can build stone towers and stone walls. Now, I found this technology to be really useful. For example, playing with Asians, you have technology called the Great Wall, which allows you to have even stronger buildings. And with technologies, you can unlock new units, you can unlock like new ships, or you can increase the productivity of your peasants so to make your economy even better. Or in workshop, you can, for example, research canyon towers, which allows you to upgrade your stone towers to the canyons. Or for example, playing as Arabians, you have technology called ore flotation, which allows your peasants to even get stone and gold faster than the other one. This is their unique technology. Now, of course, you have other technologies, but these are some I like to mention. And now let's move to the military. Now, each faction in this game have different military units. Military units are produced in barracks, and each barracks costs 200 food and 200 stone. My suggestion is to have several barracks buildings so that you can increase production of military units. For example, Europeans have Crusader Knight. Crusader Knight can be unlocked in Cathedral, which is a guild building. And after you research fanatism, you can call to a crusade where you will get a crusader units. For example, when you research Bushido playing as Asians, you can unlock horse samurai. Or when you research jihad warriors, you can convert peasants to become the jihad warriors, and it unlocks production of jihad warrior units in your barracks playing as the Arabs. Also, you can research the technology which allows you to produce janissaries, which are really good unit for the Arabians. And for example, all factions have the ability to build spies. When you research technology espionage, you can build spies. And now, since this is a fantasy RTS game, you also have ability to train mages. Mages are built at the mage tower, which is a guild tower, and mages for each faction have different abilities. Like, for example, mages for the Arabians have the ability which you can research, and its name is necromancy. This allows you to raise your dead soldiers or the enemy dead soldiers so they can fight again. Or Asians have the ability to create dragons. Or for example, Europeans, mages have the ability to create stone golems. Also, you have many other units like siege units, catapults, heavy onagers, like naval units, from the hulks, from the fast ships, like the magical creatures which your mages can create. You also have orcs, dwarves, and so on. And of course, each of these different units have bonuses attacking certain units. Like catapults have bonus attacking buildings, same as dwarves, same with the stone golem. Or for example, your footman, the basic unit, is good against archers, is good against pikemen or jihad warriors. A pikeman being good against chariot units and cavalry units in general, or for example having cannon towers or rocket tower for the Asians upgrade, which are good against enemy warships. And now some interesting things about this game. Did you, for example, know that this game was the first of all RTS games to introduce full unit experience? And this game also has night and day cycle. And also, this game was a real hit in Spain and Italy, and the Tzar Burden of the Crown also received DLC, but this DLC was only available in Spain and Italy. And in Spain, this game was sold in more than 50,000 copies. And this does it for the first part of this video. Next, we are going to talk about the resolution fix for this game and also about the campaign guide. I put link in the description below, so after you extract the download file, you just need to run Tzar settings and after that use Tzar launcher to start the game, and that's all. This fix works for me. And now at the start of a new campaign you can choose between three battle difficulties, three campaign difficulties: easy, normal and hard. As you can see, I started this campaign on hard, and after this short introduction what is happening in this world, we start playing with our hero. Now in the first mission you choose your hero Sartor and you need to lead him to Uncle Brian. After that Uncle Brian is going to be attacked and you need to escape. After you start escaping, there is going to be mage waiting you, who is going to destroy three footmen attacking you, and you are done with the first mission. Now on a second mission you start with the mage Chiron and Sartor, and you need to find the camp of a pikeman named Valin. He was Sartor's father, loyal advisor and a guard. After you meet with them you get command over some troops, footmen and longbowmen, and your mission here, your objective is to ambush the enemy troops. Just follow the road back to the eastern part of the map, follow Valin, he is going to lead you, the yellow pikeman, and after you ambush enemy troops, you finish that battle. Just beware, at the start of this map there is a bear near your starting position where your mage and a hero peasant are, so don't allow the bear to attack your Sartor in a peasant form. And don't allow any knights to escape the battle. If you do that, you're going to lose this mission. And just remember, you need to kill all the enemy units in this ambush. And now for the third mission, you start with Sartor, but he is in a crusader form. You start with Valin and you start with the mage hero. You also have some longbowmen with you. You need to meet with the village master, with the elder of this village south of your starting position. After you meet with him, he is going to give you a quest. That quest consists of you defeating some ghosts in a nearby graveyard south across the bridge south of this village. After you done with that, you need to return to the village elder and wait for the enemy troops to come with caravans, and you need to destroy them. So as you can see, I only send my heroes to deal with the ghosts and skeletons down across the bridge, and after that place your units where you want them. I place them near the bridge so it is easier for me to defeat the coming enemy units. And that does it for the mission number 3. The enemy forces you are going to face are 2 knight units, 2 or 3 pikemen, and the rest are only footmen. And now we come to mission number 4. So this is the mission where things get interesting. You are tasked to defend already attacking enemy forces castle. So use your soldiers and your heroes to clean up the enemies attacking the fort. Start from the south and go all the way up to the north. You start with 3 heroes: Wulin the pikeman, Sartor Crusader Knight, and Gyron the magician. You also have 10 footmen, 10 macemen, and 10 longbowmen. After you defeat the enemy forces, start collecting wood and start food production. Need a lot of peasants cutting wood, so build 1 or 2 lumber mills and send peasants to get wood. Wood is going to be needed for building towers and upgrading the same towers you build. So the enemy is going to attack on the south part of the map, on the central part where your main entrance to the castle is, and some forces on the north. The enemy units consist of knights, footmen, and longbowmen. I also put 2 barracks to start production of the footmen. They are only going to be needed for this battle because I have towers, and also upgrade your towers to keeps. And that's all for this mission. This mission isn't that hard, just you need to take a good management of your peasants collecting wood. That's all. And also you have 1 stone quarry inside the castle. And when the enemy attack starts, remember to close the gaps in your wall sections. And also the enemy main attack is going to come from the center part of the map, where your main entrance to the castle is, and on the south part of the map, with some units attacking in the north. You can try to save the peasants, as like I tried, who were on wood cutting job, but no need for that. Just wrap up the enemy remaining forces. You can use your peasants cutting wood, and that does it for this one. And now for the mission number 5, you start with the Wallin, the hero pikeman, with some longbowmen and some macemen. You are going to meet with another hero, with a valor, a knight who is a knight hero, and after that you need to gather peasants. You will find peasants all over across the map. From your starting position to the castle, you will find a large group of them going from the north to the east, where you can build a storage and start on gold mining, and also they have a farm. And on the south part of the map you are going to meet with some dwarves. Dwarves are going to issue a quest, and some dwarven soldiers. You are tasked with defending orcs attacking the mines, the dwarven mines on the eastern part of the map. They already took them, so you need to destroy the orc forces at that part. After you are done dealing with the orcs, you can choose either to get an item from the dwarf leader, or you can choose for the dwarves to join your forces. I choose the second one because dwarves are good against buildings. And after you are finished with that, start building your economy. You already should have several farms and peasants working on stone mines and on gold mines. After done with that, build several towers just to defend against some enemy forces attacking you, and build an army. When finished, move to the south and attack the enemy camp. The enemy camp has towers defending them, so I build a big army of footmen, build several knights, and also put the dwarves destroying enemy towers. After you destroy the enemy castle, just mop up the remaining enemy buildings, find if there are some enemy peasants lingering on some part of the map, and this does it for this level. And now mission number 6. This was the hardest mission so far, and for this mission you have a river dividing you from the Sartor in his castle. Sartor has an army in his castle, and you begin with Wulin the pikeman and with Chiron the magician. You should start building your camp. Start placing some wooden palisade, start building an army, and start your economy. Start with wood cutting process and start with food production. You also have the river, so build a harbor to start building fishing boats to catch some fish. Fish is a good source of food in this game. After you are done with that, I choose to defend my southern position and send several peasants to build barricades and to start building knights in Sartor's castle. So when the enemy attack is going to start, I will already have the army of knights defending Sartor and his castle. After you are done with that, and after you finished and with the encampment on your southern part of the map, on your starting position, when the enemy attack starts, just remember to destroy your enemy forces on the second half of the map. And when you are sure that the Sartor is defended, that there are no enemy forces from the General Birsha attacking his castle, you can move to attack the remaining camp on your side of the river. This is how I finish this mission. Just remember to send several peasants to start building barricades inside the Sartor's castle, but no, you can't remove entirety of your castle because you don't have supplies, you don't have resources on the other part of the map. You will have resources, quarry mine and gold mines inside your starting position. I also wanted to do the entire game, the entire guide. Fortunately, after this mission, after mission number 6, the game keeps constantly crashing. So I hope you find this guide and the resolution fix helpful, and this does it for this video. Thank you for watching and see you in another game in another video. Bye bye.